welcome. It is now. Welcome to the Morning Brew by Beyond Chart. This is Angel, and welcome to the Morning Brew. What's today? December 30th, 2021. What a week so far. Well, not really a week. It's just been very slow. Nothing really major going on. It's really pretty quiet on the news front as well. But again, I guess the most important thing today is don't force trades and just kind of just chill. But let's dive in and see what's going down with these markets. So right off the bat, I'm going to add this up here. And what are we looking at here? All right, so let's dive in here. All right, so this is the ARK investment. Just wanted to know, just kind of like we know that Elon stopped selling, and just kind of I just was reading this. We know that ARK, she's been selling Tesla. That's why Tesla had a hard time going up. As you can tell, this is her investment. This is her daily trades from yesterday. She sold about 22,000 in one fund, and then she sold. I think she sold another 5,000 in another fund, 22,000. And then she sold another 5,000 there. So total about 28,000 shares that she sold. So interesting. All right, so that's off the bat. That's what's going down there. On the news front, nothing really major happening here. Um, so again, just chill. No need to force trades. The one thing I am noticing, we are going to be coming. So next week's going to be a new new year. It's going to be again new quarter. And again, I think the fears. I think we're going to see volatility pick up into next year. So that's something that we're probably going to be, you know, concerned with. Why? Because remember, the new Fed policy is going to come into effect, new quarter, new year. So how is the market going to react towards that? So that's going to lead me to where we're at in the overall markets right now. The futures are sitting at that. I think we had it at Barron's too, right here at 47.88. So we're working a little bit lower. Nasdaq at 1650. So we're going to be looking pretty okay. All right. So let's look here. So the overall markets, this is where we're going to start off here to find out what to expect for today and maybe tomorrow. And I expect low liquidity and volume going into today and tomorrow. So as you can tell, the S&P 500, it's having a hard time breaking above 4808. MACDs are still in full force here, so we're kind of like midstream. So it looks like you probably have a couple, maybe some juice, or is it going to turn over? Like I said before, most breakouts do retest the breakout point. It's about 85, 86%. And the breakout point was 47.43 on the S&P 500. Does it look like it's going to retest? It's holding pretty resilient up there, but it's having a hard time breaking up 48.08. So in the last 2-3 days, we've been kind of going in a sideways trend, and I'm going to show that with you as we dive in. On the NASDAQ, having a hard time breaking up. So again, it's also going sideways. So again, the overall market, you can tell. So there's nothing really popping as far as on the stock front. And this is why we're covering this, is because you're going to see that nothing is really kind of like popping. Okay. So with that being said, let's look here on Russell. On Russell, what do we got? Same type of thing. Russell's right there at that 2283, kind of stopped. We have some alerts there, 2283, and let's see if it can break through. But right now, Russell is working lower. If it can get through that MACD here, or is it going to come back down? So I think we're at the mercy of what is the overall market going to do. With the last couple of days, it hasn't really done anything. So let's dive in. As far as looking a little bit closer. So let's dive in a little bit on the XPX and see what this looks like for us and where the opportunities lie in the XPX, because I think overall the stocks are going to be at the mercy of what the overall indices are going to do. So This is the S&P 500. This is the hourlies right here, right? So again, we're working our way higher, and this is the consolidation area that we're looking, right? We're seeing that it just kind of has been going sideways the last couple of days. Just know this, that the S&P 500 doesn't really stay sideways for very, very long. Okay, so something big is going to happen. The best thing to do is just wait and let it pick a direction. If you're not comfortable trading these type of markets where there's a lot of whipsaw action occurring, or trade them to the levels. Okay, if you're looking for a new position, wait. No need to force things. So on the hourly front, we're noticing that weakness. So this is showing weakness, going lower, lower, lower. The price action is going sideways, right? So this is weakness, is going sideways until something breaks. How do we know if it breaks? We're looking at this 47.77 was the low of yesterday. So somewhere in there, 47.81, 47.77. If it takes that out, it can probably start maybe working its way lower to that 47.40, 47.43 area. Or is it going to break above that 48.06? Now, notice there is some range in there, right? So you got 48.06 to 47.77. You got about 30 points in there, and that's kind of pretty standard for what the S&P moves on a daily basis, especially during this time frame. All right, so until we break out of this, I don't think you're going to see those 50-point rippers or 100-point days. Okay, so, but they could be coming shortly. Are they going to come by the end of the year? I don't know. But again, if you're looking at trade, but this is whipsaw action, the worst thing to do is get in the middle if you're trading these, because then you don't know where to get in. But try to get in near the top or the bottom if you're going to trade these things. All right, on the 15-minute time frame, again, you can see it more clearly. Again, that 48.07, we tried to break above it yesterday, couldn't break. 48.04, we sold off. Again, here, we're noticing buyers come into that 47.78. So once again, where are we going to open today? I think we're going to open a little bit lower. We're going to open right at that 50-day moving average. So again, the 50 days are going to work when we're in this sideways consolidation area. So again, just wait till the market picks a direction. And we're close. We're close. Okay, so let's dive in, and I'm going to show you on the Russell and the NASDAQ. And there's something new I'm going to do right here. And let's see. You guys are watching that one, and we're going to add this to the stream. All right. So what are we looking at here? We're looking at, okay, I think you guys are looking. Okay, so cool. We switched over to the Russell, and I believe that's the Russell you're looking at. So, okay, so we're looking at the NASDAQ right now. So the NASDAQ, same type of thing. We're looking at the hourlies. This is the 15-minute and the 1 minute. Okay, so the NASDAQ, a little bit different. So the NASDAQ broke out, right, at this level here of 16,360. And again, it came back to retest it. Is it going to go higher? So we're noticing the same type of price action. Market's going sideways on the NASDAQ, and we're showing weakness. Now, at some moment, this is going to break. It doesn't stay in this air for very, very long. Could it stay this to the end of the year? Then next year, it picks a direction. But if you are going to trade it, just know that, and I'm sharing this with you because this is the price action we're noticing with a lot of stocks across the board. So again, if you're getting whipsaw, this is the reason why. So let the indices show you a direction, and then you can now maneuver. But if you're not sure, because this can eat up a lot of your profits, this can eat up a lot. If you're day trading, this can eat up a lot of your profits, especially if you don't know, how to maneuver this, right? So great time to sell spreads or, do that type of strategy, but let it come down. So what I'm noticing here on the NASDAQ is actually pretty bullish. We're noticing the 50-day coming up here, and we're at a breakout point where we broke out, and it's consolidating sideways. So it's not selling off, which is a good thing. Right, I don't see any fear coming into the marketplace, and I'll show you that with the VIX. So I don't think it's going to come in until probably next quarter. Next week might be a different story. The news front's pretty quiet right now. So the MACDs are coming down. If it bounces zero, bounces off the 50, maybe it can go a little higher. Is that going to happen today, tomorrow? Don't know. If it breaks down, then we're going to go lower, and then we expect some fear entering into the marketplace. On the 15-minute front, same type of thing, just kind of going sideways, again, that 16,548. just consolidating, so I think not until we break through that we're going to see some movement. On the Russell, same type of thing. Russell is, again, this is the hourlies on the Russell. And the Russell's a little bit weaker, right? As you can tell when I showed you in the first time, and is breaking through. But what's going to happen at that 50-day moving average? Consolidating, we're seeing weakness, and we're seeing a setup here that it can probably, if it bounces, maybe go higher. So now, why am I showing you this? The reason being is because if the Fed tightens up next week, and here's the thing, I think that the market's kind of bracing itself because they want to know what Powell's going to do next quarter, right? Is he going to tighten? Is he going to tighten? Is he going to increase interest rate faster than expected? Who's going to benefit? Well, the bank should benefit in theory, and the Russell's loaded with banks, so this should go up in theory, right? So it's probably setting up, and if you want to trade this is the RUT or the IWM, and that's the ETF for the Russell 2000. Okay, so we're looking at that one. So all right, so that's for the Russell. As far as the VIX, let's look at the VIX. The VIX, there's no fear. So when we look at the VIX, volatility has been dismal this week. So again, as you can tell, compared to volatility compared to last week, the week before, the week before, the week before, and this is all Fed policy news. This is a lot of macroeconomics going into the market and the market reacting to it. So right now, this week, as you can tell, look at this, quiet. News is quiet. The volatility is quiet. And we're just going sideways, sideways, sideways. So for this week, we see fear doing what? Kind of diminishing, going down. Key levels to watch in case things change, you never know, is above 18. And are we going to stay in this range? 16. Now, remember what I told you last week. For a bull market, we need to be in the 18 range or below currently, right? Things can change next year, but right now, that was the measurement of how to measure the fear entering into the marketplace. Nobody's really scared at this moment, right? So fear isn't in the marketplace. So again, so when we look at fear, this is where we were, prior to this, we were in this range for months. Fear entered the marketplace. We kind of saw volatility entering. Now, here's the deal. The reason I'm showing you this is because I think next week, fear is probably going to enter, volatility going to enter the marketplace. There's going to be a lot of unknowns, the new Fed policies, new taxes, and so forth. And we're also entering into midterms. All right. So when you look at midterm years, usually quarter Q1 and Q2s are usually pretty bearish. We don't usually go up high on those years, but anything can change. And this is why we're showing this. Now, the Treasury notes, as you can tell, the Treasury notes are they went up a little bit, right? They're creeping up a little bit. So watch that. And that might be due to Fed policy change. So watch that. Okay. So let's go back to see where the opportunities could lie today and how we're, and again, if we're not seeing opportunities today, that's okay. You don't need to force trades. You don't need to make your year. No need to lose money if if you haven't made it yet. So this is what we're going to do now. So I'm going to switch over to where the opportunities lie here. So now what are we looking at here? Now here we're looking at a 15-minute time frame, 50-day moving average. We're using very, very simple tools. MACD, which is basically, it's a momentum indicator. As a momentum trader, you want to know exactly when is the big wave coming, right? So we look at it from many, many different, we're looking at it from the hourly perspective, the daily, hourly, and 15-minute time frame. Any shorter than that, you might get into whipsaw action unless you're comfortable with those time frames. But this is why we're looking at these things. So the S&P 500 right now, as you can tell, it's going sideways, right? So if we notice here, just sideways consolidation. Again, if you want to take a trade, again, 48.04 to maybe 47.80. That might be a nice trade until we break out of this thing. So the 50-day isn't going to really, give you an entry or exit on sideways consolidation, okay, until we break through, unless you want to wait. Now, if we break down, right, we're going to break down, and then we should retest and break down, and that might be an entry if you want to wait for the retest, right? There's nothing wrong with that. If we break up, we're probably going to retest and wait for the retest. So again, but there's not really an unknown right now. Until we break some way, shape, or form, then we're going to see a lot of the other stocks go. Uh, as you can tell, the NASDAQ just consolidating sideways. Let's see what happens here. Russell. Now, the Russell, again, like it's right below that 50. So this is what I mean. We kind of broke down and then we retested and we're just going sideways. Now, could this break down? Now, if this starts breaking down, then that's a different story on the Russell, or is it going to break up? So watch 2252 on the Russell, because this might go up to that, that high up there of 2274, right? Or if it breaks down, then it can probably go a little lower. Google kind of going sideways. Now, here's the thing with Google. Google, a lot of states filed antitrust. All the states, a lot of states came up. They said they were going to file. They're going to press lawsuit against Google. And so far, we have 2 more days pending. They have not filed any lawsuits against antitrust lawsuits against Google. So based on that news, can Google run? Google's holding, right? Google's holding, but I don't think Google's going to go unless we pick a direction. Now, 2950 on Google to see if it gets going. Has 2968 on top. But again, just wait. Amazon. Now, Amazon is under a lot of pressure here. So Amazon just going sideways. We're seeing a little bit of weakness on Amazon. So remember on Amazon on earnings call, and people forget all the time, they guided down on the last earnings report. So, remember we're at the, again, if we listen to a lot of the reports that came out during retail, especially remember Black Fridays, I think was the Oracle CEO that said that this has been the lowest Black Friday in the last 5 years. So remember Black Friday. Black Friday is a make it or break for a lot of retailers. And we haven't really hit our numbers in the last 5 years. So is that going to affect Amazon, right? Remember, we got high wage inflation, supply issues with Amazon. So watch Amazon as a direction. We're seeing a little bit of price action going in there, but it's going sideways as well. Okay, so it's going sideways. All right, Tesla. So this is why Tesla didn't run yesterday, right? Elon's done selling, but Kathy Wood is selling. So I guess she's in a little bit of trouble. Her portfolio is underperforming this year by a lot. So don't know why she's selling the her winners, but she's buying a lot of the stuff that's not doing well. So don't know, but again, she has a method to her madness. But again, Tesla's really all about 1100. If it can get up there, it's probably going to run. And you got 1104, 1119 to really get it going. But not right now, it's kind of going on the sideways action. So again, it's wait and see. ISRG tried to go yesterday, but again, nothing is really going to move without these three bad boys up here, moving. So ISRG, I think, wants to move. Just put it on the horizon and just wait. CMG, just try to move and just consolidating here, So if we start breaking down, then, I think these are going to pick a direction. But to get it better, 1762, got 1776 on top. If it starts breaking down, I think the accelerator here is going to be 1745, and it probably could go out to 1738 to the lows of yesterday. Lam Research, so the chips. So let's be conscious of the chips. I think the chips are going to do very, very well going into next year. So the chips, Lam Research working his way higher. So this is the one caveat that we see Lam Research breaking higher. Not ideal where we like it, but maybe this could run today. Maybe this is the only one that's going to run. Goldman Sachs working his way lower. So if Goldman takes out that 384, that might give us a clue that the XPX might be ready to pull back a little bit more. Netflix holding strong, right? For Netflix, holding strong to get it better. Watch that 614 to get it better. Roku, working his way lower. Let's see if it comes up here to that 50, bounces off that 50. Maybe the accelerator to the downside is 2222. If it breaks through to the upside, 232. NVIDIA. All right, so NVIDIA holding steady right below that 300. Not really moving, right? We had that move on Monday, gave it back on Tuesday. Wednesday, we just chilling. Thursday, just kind of having an inside day. Is it going to work its way lower? 293, 305. Okay, Mercado Libre just holding steady, same way as the market, right? Again, is it going to go higher? 1331. The downside, 1300. Apple, inside day. What's going to happen with Apple? I mean, remember, they're paying a lot of people a lot of money. Who's going to pay for that? 180, 178. Just wait. Trade desk working his way lower. Okay, so again, couldn't break that 100, going lower. Is it going to hold here? 91, 94 on top. All right, let's go into Shopify. Shopify working his way lower, pulling back, pulling back. What's going to happen? We had a nice little ripper here, right? Nice rip for a trade. And, MACDs were going up, showed you that, but now it's coming to the end. What's going to happen? It's going to pull back, bounce, break through 1,400, nice round number, or is it going to come back down to the lows? Affirm gave it all back, gave it all back. So Affirm, again, I just told you about the retail numbers. I just told you about, and these guys' default rate is not good. I think it's like, what, 53% of people are missing their first payments, right? So, trade the movers, but I don't think these guys are going to do well Q1. So I think when the numbers come out, I think that the market's it's reacting towards and getting ready for that. So they're shorting it, right? So watch this one on the pops. Upstart, there's a lot of call activity on this thing working up, and I'm seeing that the action on Twitter, and they're saying this thing's going to go to the moon. And yeah, the price action said it was going to go, but right now the price action is down. So just wait. So 150 to get it better. 141. So just it's in this consolidation range. If it takes 150, then yeah, it's probably going to go up to that high of 164. That could be a possibility. Now, the one thing I want to say about Affirm is below 100, guys. So, we broke 100. If it takes out that 96, I think this stock can probably trade around $70. If they're, if their numbers don't come out well for Q1, I don't suspect they will. HubSpot. This one, moves a lot. Again, 666 on top. Momentum is going higher. Does it have enough juice to get it up there? Maybe, if it starts turning around, 643. All right, Zoom. So I know Kathy's been buying Zoom. Okay, so is it enough to bring the stock back up? This thing's been pummeled since 211. We're at a base right now, so is it enough? 185 to get it better. It looks like it's fresh to the MACDs. 182 maybe to 185. You want to take that trade. It looks like it probably wants to hit that. What happens there? I don't know, but let's see if it breaks through. Booking holding strong, right? So just consolidating. Just wait on bookings again. 2406, 2371 on the bottom. Looks like it's probably going to work lower, but anything can change in the next, 30, 35 minutes. ServiceNow, just consolidating, working his way lower. Coinbase, working his way lower. Okay. The one thing about Coinbase, I know that a lot of people trust them. It's Bitcoin related, but the one thing with Coinbase is that their customer service sucks. Like, it's terrible. It's non-existent. They get back to you in a week. So I don't know. At some moment, if this is going to be the crypto brokerage for everyone, are you going to have grandma and grandpa, dealing with Coinbase? Yeah, I know it's for the millennials and new generation, but you got to understand, like, you also have to get middle America on board. And if you have shitty customer service, how is Coinbase really going to react? So that's the one thing about Coinbase. And so I'm not really super sold. This is my own personal opinion. That has nothing to do with price action. Again, price action, we're looking at 263 and, 251. We're stuck in a rut right here. So we'll see what happens. If I would say price action, if it bounces here, zero, bounces up here, we see it take out 255. It's probably going to go to 263 if you're looking for a trade. But on Coinbase, that's my opinion on Coinbase. I don't really suspect they do have an NFT part that they didn't disclose in their last earnings report, But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But their customer service is non-existent. All right. So here are the chips, guys. With the exception of Rivian, I got to take it out. I haven't done that yet. So INTU holding steady. Again, we had a nice little rally, pulling back, and again, the market's pulling back. So again, what do we expect? Now, how do we know if this is done? Well, if it takes out that 651, right, and the MACD's bounce off 50, 651, then it could probably go up to that 658. Takes out that 658, is going to go. If it bounces down, it's going to go down to 642. Pretty simple. Watch the MACDs. If they break, this is going to bounce down to 642 off of 648. So you're not going to get juicy trades here, but hey, what do you expect? Qualcomm tried to go yesterday. Qualcomm tried to go. All right. So with Qualcomm, it tried to go. And again, so what are we going to see? We're going to see a bounce here. Bounce off of 187, it could probably go, but not really an ideal setup there. But we're gonna dissect that. Now, pay attention, guys. Qualcomm, don't fall asleep. So this right here, it is the beautiful. All right, guys, that's it. Qualcomm. I mean ASML. Remember ASML? Gave you this trade. This is the setup. I think this is going to run. I'm going to cover it again. But again, we sold off pretty good. We held at 800. Is moving pre-market. I think this one's going to move into earnings January 21st. And it's starting to move. So again, we called this at 750. If you join in the party, great. There's still not too late to add to this. And I'll go into that after we're done here. AMD working its way lower. So AMD, 147. Let's see what happens there. This thing rallied pretty nicely again. So rally nicely. I'm just looking for a reversal, a basing pattern, see what happens. All right, apply AMAT. AMAT is chilling. This is a conservative one out of all the chips, and it's holding. Like these guys, like they guided up, but it was very, very conservative on their earnings report. And then, they said, but if you really dive into what they said, they have a lot of potential to make a lot of money next quarter. So again, watch this one. Don't fall asleep. 163 to get it better. Let's see if it can move. Broadcom, AFVLO. This is just holding pretty strong. This thing has been on a tear since its earnings report. And remember this, I'm going to compare this to this. These guys in the last earnings report said what? They raised their dividend aggressively. They're doing an aggressive buyback. They guided up, and they echoed everything all the other chip manufacturers said, that the supply chain issues are getting better. Now, know this, the one caveat, you have to pay attention to China and the Taiwan, because remember, that is the headquarters for chips. You have to pay attention. People are paying attention to the Ukraine borderline. I don't think that's that important. That's my opinion. I think the Taiwan Chinese, if that escalates, then that could probably hurt all the chips. So that's the one caveat. You have to kind of keep your eye on and keep your pulse, your hand on the pulse on that one. Okay. Rivian working his way lower. Again, the news came out yesterday, said what? They said that they have to delay their deliveries. So again, we're getting into supply chain issues. They might increase interest rates. You're going to invest in companies that actually produce money, right? So whoever's producing money, that's the one that's going to, that's going to go well. So for now, on Rivian, just be careful, because I think let's just chill. So now Rivian, 102 to get it better. Now Roblox, here's the thing with Roblox. Roblox is a metaverse play, right? But with Roblox, what people forget, you got to listen to the earnings report and what they said. On Roblox, remember, their growth, they're 9% lower on their orders, right? So, you have to understand, it's moving, but it's not moving enough to break through, and that's probably why. So be careful on Roblox. I have it up there because there was a lot of noise, a lot of action on it. And we trade the action. All right. So let's dive into Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin on TradingView, I kind of went deep into it on TradingView. If you've been watching me here, we're going to dive into it as well. I don't day trade Bitcoin, right? Because there's too much. I need to sleep, guys. I need to sleep. So on Bitcoin, so real quick, simple. 52,096. It's right there. that is the area currently that we have a lot of supply coming into the marketplace, meaning they're selling it off. Now, with this day on December 4th, we saw a lot of buyers come in and they held this up. And we noticed that the zone right here at the bottom that I kind of drew in, 46,000 to about 41.6, that is the area that we're going to see a lot of demand come into for this thing. Now, as you notice, with the MACD's shifted and is going higher. So I'm seeing demand. I think this is going to hold. It looks like it's going to hold, right? Now, this is just going. Could this bounce? If it bounces, it's probably going to go up to that high right there. And what happens there? Now, notice what's lingering above. We got the 50-day moving average as well as this anchored VWAP that I put up from up there, and it's working its way lower. So that is going to serve, and it's coming to a pivotal moment where there is supply issues, and we're going to see if it breaks through. If it breaks through, that might be a buy if you bought, right back here. If you nibble a little bit here with us, that's fine. And this might be a buy for Bitcoin to get through. So before we hit 150,000, 180 or 300, whatever you think is going to go to, we got to break these levels first. There is supply there. And again, remember, look, at this moment, what we do at this moment, think of an hourglass, right? The hourglass, the sand is on top, is breaking through. I don't focus my attention on that. The sand is going down. That's the future. We don't focus our attention on that. What do we focus on? The little skinny part where the sand is going through. This is how we trade here. This is momentum trading. This is what we're looking at, the exact signs of what the price action is doing. So right now, could it bounce? It looks like it's bouncing. Short-term frame, 48,177, takes it out. Probably going to go there. And let's see what happens here. So again, if this goes up, MicroStrategy is probably going to go up with it. How far up? Don't know. If this breaks through, MicroStrategy is going to go up as high. Ethereum. I wrote this on Ethereum. Again, we have a couple of things. So I have an anchored VWAP from this day on July 7th. And I have the 200-day moving average. And again, it's right there. It's right there. What I've noticed, same type of thing. On that day, December 4th, we saw a lot of buyers come in. This is an area of demand, right? Now, if it breaks this level of demand, then that means demand is no longer the level, right? And then it's going to break down, right? It's going to go down here. So we came close yesterday, but demand entered into the marketplace right at that anchored VWAP. So where's it going to go? Now, the MACDs are not looking too good. It's showing me more weakness. Could this turn around? It might, but, we need to get out of this range for it to go higher. So Ethereum doesn't look too hot right now. It's at jeopardy of breaking these levels because I'm looking at the VWAP. That candlestick looks good, but this looks like what? It doesn't not looking too good, guys. So, just be careful there. Be careful there. It's just chilling. All right, so that's what we got there. Now, let's look at, all right, let me come up to you guys. You guys got anything that you want me to watch, cover? Let's look. So let's look at Tesla because I like Tesla. In the meantime, put something in the post there and we'll see if we cover it. On Tesla, we have it, right there. Elon is done selling. Is it going to run? Tesla has deliveries next week, all right? And from what I hear, I had a report up before, don't know where it is, but I'm hearing good things on the Inside Scoop that they are going to kill their delivery numbers. Again, don't know. I haven't confirmed that information, but that is the whispers that I'm getting on my front. Okay, so as far as Tesla, if Tesla can take out 1118, it's going to run, and it's going to run right here. Right now, it's just chilling. It's holding. No need to get into Tesla at this moment. Pre-market action looks a little bit weaker, so is this going to turn around? I know buyers came in at that 1064. Just wait, and see if they come back into that thing and start driving it up. I got an alert at 1096 to alert me, is it going to run? Are they going to take it up before the year's over? Don't know. Okay, I know Kathy Wood is selling, and she was probably selling into this. This should have ran up yesterday. It didn't go up. She was selling. I mean, you sell 25,000 shares, or whatever, 30,000 shares, something like that. That's going to affect the price of the stock. All right, what else we got? So right now, just wait. Don't really have anything here. So days like today, just probably going to chill, wait, maybe on days on the SPX, if you skilled at trading spreads. If you're looking for a spread trade, maybe 30 days out, look for 200 points on top. That might be a spread trade paying you about 10-20%. You know, maybe something like that is looking for, but there's no need to kind of force trades on anything here. Let me see if anything, because a lot of times anything changes here. So Tesla's working its way lower. Amazon, nothing. All right, let me see on the news front. Oh, we have Netflix moving. Netflix trying to bust a move here. So watch Netflix. Let's see that. We have a couple of Netflix. Lamb Research trying to bust one. So let's look at Netflix first. So we got Netflix, guys. Let's see if this could maybe be a mover here. So Netflix, again, MACDs look good on the dailies. Got sold off pretty hard, right? 619 to get it better on the dailies. It is trying to go pre-market, but that 614 short term, can it take it out? And then up here, 614 is going to be around that 50-day moving average on the hourlies, right? So it looks like it's trying to go fresh at the MACDs there. If it can start breaking through, that might be a trade. Maybe it can keep going up higher. Maybe it's going to go up to 634. Netflix is starting to move. Are they going to take it up before earnings? Possibly. So that might be something. Let's look at LRCX. Moving pre-market, 729. Pretty far up here. Pre-market 729. Could this rally? Remember, this thing was at 700 not too long ago. Maybe. Don't like the setup here, but that could be possibly a trade. But I don't like the setup. Affirm. Okay, we're seeing some movement on Upstart, right? HubSpot. Again, Zoom. Maybe Zoom. Let's see if Kathy has enough juice on Zoom. Let me look at Zoom. Zoom needs above 185. Let's see what happens there. 185, pretty strong. Was this enough juice to break above that on the 15-minute time frame? Looks like it's probably going to break 185 to get it better. But overall, guys, not really anything that I'm kind of excited about. Just want to see these indices and see what happens there. Google might run. Let's look at Google. Just one more, and then let's see. All right, so Google above the 50. That's good. We broke through, came back to retest, and this is a perfect example of breaking through, retesting, holding that 2900 area. We sold off at that 2964 on the hourlies. Could be setting up. If this breaks through, it's going to break that 50, 2938. Could possibly go to 2969. Okay, so that's right there. That is a possibility. So right now, if it bounces here, bounces there, takes out that 2940, that could be a trade. That could be a trade right there. So maybe Google for the upside. But not really noticing anything here. Let's look at Avlo because that just came up. Is it Avlo? No, it's Avgo. Let's see what this is. Avgo. So I always confuse that. Avgo. Broadband. Okay, so Avgo. This is a tear. Okay, so this is on a tear. All right, so it looks like it still wants to run. Let's see what happens there at that 668. Could it break through? Then it's probably going to run a little higher. It's pretty high up there, but for a trade, 674 to get it going. So that might be one. And I wanted to go into as ASML because I want to cover that as well. So ASML, again, we're below that 50. We are working our way higher, right? So we broke through. It's going to open at 808. Momentum is still shifting. If this breaks through, these two lines break through that 50, that zero line on the MACDs, then we can probably go higher. 817 to get it better. On the 15-minute time frame, hourlies, let's see what happens here. Right now, we're showing some weakness here, so let it pull back. Right, we are as high as 813. Let it pull back, and let's see what happens there. Right, so let's see what happens on the hourly front. If it bounces here, bounces off here, breaks through, then that could be an entry for another setup right there. All right, guys, that's all I got. So this is the beauty one. This is the one that I liked. So let's see and let's see. All right, guys, that's all we have for today. Thank you guys for, joining in. I'm still going to cover TradingView because I said I committed to doing that to the end of the year. And, so we're going to do that. We are totally going to do that. And what else am I going to do? So don't forget, guys, we're also going to do this on TradingView. We're going to do this one more last day. Don't force the trades. Make sure to, just chill, hang out. We had a great year so far. Next year is going to be even better. So again, on days like this with Fed policy, sometimes it's better to wait and see. Don't force anything and let the trade come to you. If not, enjoy the end of the year. I'm still going to be covering this because, again, you need to be on top. If you haven't liked, subscribe, and you like what we're laying down, do me a favor, like, subscribe, leave me a comment. Let me know if you like it, didn't like it. What do you want me to cover? Don't want to cover? And let's go out there. Let's go get it. And I'll see you soon. All right, guys. Take care.